Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I have this starry pink kind of pastel-y look for you. Fucked up the eyebrows the first time I did them. So this video is probably gonna be pretty long, so grab a snack. It was a lot of fun to create, per usual. This eye look was inspired by a makeup artist on Instagram. I'll link her down below, per usual. Otherwise, I don't think much other needs to be said. I go over in depth how I do my base, how I do this kind of eye look, eye shape, how I do my freckles. I did my eyebrows twice, fucked up the first time, did them a second time. You guys get to see me sit down, create. I did not have any clue what I was gonna do. I kind of had a basic eye look, but I didn't know the colors, and yeah. This lipstick is really creasy. Anyways, so I'm gonna go take some pictures, go take a shower. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. You want to learn how to do cool bases. Really good for cosplaying. It lasts long. Really good for, I don't know, whatever you want it to be. I'm gonna let past me take over. I will see you guys at the end of the video. Thank you. Alright, so first thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is how I mix eyeshadows with foundation. Today I'll be using the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. It just looks like that. And then I'll be using as well the It Cosmetic Your Skin But Better CC Cream. That, and then I'll be mixing it with the Take Me Back to Brazil BH Cosmetics palette, and I used these three right there because I just wanted a nice like blush baby pink base. So I will let voiceover me go ahead and take that over, and she will teach you how to mix and what tools you need. It's super easy. All right, I will see you back in just a few moments. All right, so I'm just taking a typical scooper palette thing, palette knife, palette fork, palette spoon, and I'm just going to scrape out a bunch of colors out of the palette. I know this probably hurts a lot of people on the inside watching me tear up an eyeshadow palette, but it's for the good of makeup. So I'm just using those three pink shades, putting them onto that makeup palette. You can do this on a plate or in a bowl or whatever you prefer to use. I just have these palettes. And then I'm just taking a white eyeshadow. It is a, can't remember the brand, but I'll link it down below. And then I'm just using that NYX Total Drop Foundation, adding that in, and then some CC Creamies, about 3 pumps, and then 1 dropper. Then I just mix it up. It's always good to test the final product on the back of your hand, because it was then that I realized that it was a little bit too pigmented than what I wanted, so I'm going to go ahead and add more of those foundations. Give it another good mix, and then you are ready to go. Alright, so we have our foundation mixed and made, and now we're going to apply. First we want to prime. The reason you want to prime is because it's going to fill in any fine lines, any pores. So I'm using the Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Primer by Fenty Beauty. Focus in on there. I like this primer because it feels silky and hydrating on the skin. And this is really going to smooth out all those lines. It doesn't feel silicone-y. I'm not the biggest fan of silicone-y primers, and I just apply it with my fingers. I think it's easiest. And then next I'm taking the Blurring Primer by Cover FX. And all my makeup products are just fucking filthy, so just ignore that. And I just take this around my nose onto my forehead, and then as you see, I am breaking out horribly. So I'll bring it down a little bit on my cheeks just to help kind of smooth out that texture I have. And I also have some weird dry crud under my eyes, so I will just pat this in. Alright, so we have our new foundation made, and this is just for someone who doesn't have access to cream products or water paints. I'm sure everyone has an eyeshadow palette that they like, but they don't love, so if you want to use it for this purpose, you totally can. If you want to use an eyeshadow palette you love, you can. I love the eyeshadow palette. Fortunately enough, it's highly pigmented, it's cheap, so that's why I recommend using it. So I'm just taking a dry beauty sponge. This is just a beauty blender. It's dirty from doing makeup yesterday. I don't really care. So I prefer it dry for this application because it's wet. In my opinion, it's gonna pick up that foundation where you're placing it. So I just pick up some onto my beauty blender and I just pat it in. You want to pat instead of swipe. And you want to do this because if you swipe, you're just going to get lines of your base, and then it's also not going to be as pigmented. See, if you just swipe, and you just swipe it on, look how much more pigmented this side is compared to this side. Whoop. And also, for good measure, make sure there's glitter all over your hands. So pat, 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 pat it in. You could also use a brush for this application. I always prefer sponges. I'm just a sponge kind of bitch, but a really good brush to use would be like a Pro 4F from the It's Likely Makeup and Frivolous Cosmetic collection, and it is just a flat top brush. This would be a really good one, just a synthetic dense brush, and you can do the same thing, you just stipple it on. So next I always highlight. You have a few choices to highlight. It's completely up to you. You can use a white cream concealer. This one's by Kat Von D. You can use a white concealer. I know ColourPop has one. I know a few other brands have some as well. But ColourPop is a really good brand, and they're cheap if you want to support them. Or you can use a cream product. Today I'm going to be using this Color Wheel by Ben Nye. I'm just using the middle wheel, and this is the Monster Wheel. I am just trying to get through these wheels, honestly. Maron also has like cream sticks, which I am out of and I need to repurchase, but I really like those as well. You can use a TV paint stick by Crayon, I believe I'm saying that, Crayon. It's up to you. So long as it's white-ish, this is kind of dirty, but so long as it's white, it works. You won't need this much product. You could honestly use less, but whatever. And I just put that on the same palette, as you can see. And then For this, I like to use a denser sponge. So this is the Morphe sponge, not affiliated. I only own a few of their products anyways. And you just really press that product in. This product does take a little warming up. Once it hits the face, it gets pretty warm. So about, you know, really get it into there. And then just highlight where you normally would and blend out. Highlighting and contouring with like face paint is super important in my opinion, because if I just left a flat base, then it's gonna be so one-dimensional and it's gonna look fake. I mean, you know, light pink skin is the norm, or purple or blue or whatever color you're doing is obviously normal. No one's gonna know it's fake, clearly. But you wanna make sure you have dimension. It's the same thing like highlighting and contouring your face. When you just put on a blank slate of foundation, it's gonna look too flat and you're gonna look one-dimensional, none of your features are gonna pop, and it's frankly gonna look awful. To set my cream, I'm just using the Lunatick Cosmetic Labs color palette, and this is in the volume 1. And I'm just gonna use this white right here mixed with a little bit of this, I guess, kind of yellow. It's like an off-white color. Not quite yellow, not quite white. So next I'm just taking a tapered brush. This is from Juvia's Place. I don't know, it doesn't have a number on it. It was just part of their brush series, but as you can see, it's just a tapered brush, whatever you have laying around. And pick up a generous amount of product and make sure your creases are out first and then set. And use patting motions, never swipe, because if you swipe you're going to be pulling up that cream product and it's not going to look as good and precise. So your cream is now set. So next I just want to go in with contour. Go in lighter first because I'm not sure how well it's going to show up on it. I'm going to go in with this color first from that volume 1 Lunatick Cosmetics palette. It's the purple one. I love these palettes. They're great for people who do looks like me. And I'm just taking a BH Cosmetics 31 brush. It just looks like this. Just something that's, you know, your normal contour or blush brush is fine. And then same thing, you're gonna wanna dab. That is just a few layers of this powder. And it's looking good. Alright, so in my opinion, I think we can go a little bit deeper, but so to do that, you're gonna wanna just keep it in the deeper parts of your face. For me, it's gonna be temples, right here, and then a little bit draw like right here. And for that, for that, I'm just gonna be using this color right there. Same thing, pick up on your brush. It's about how much product I use. I don't tap off the excess, I don't feel like it's necessary. And then pat that on. You can do a blush color. So if I was doing, I still will do a little bit of blush, but because my face is pink, it's up to you. I want to do a little bit of blush here. And then, yeah, so that's it. So I grab a mix of those two colors we were being using for our contour shade. And I like to just take the brush and squeeze it. and then create a line of line foam and then blend it. So you've placed down a majority of the product, and now we're just kind of taking that product and moving it. All right, if you're feeling a little over powdered, which I am right now, you can take some setting spray. I'm just gonna use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, and this just kind of helps the powders set into your face and not feel so heavy. Some other benefits of this as well are that if you are wearing this out to a convention, this is gonna make it last forever. So I think today I'm just gonna use my tried and true Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Pearl. It's in a very sad state right now. I'm trying to get through this one before I buy another one. And then just take your standard highlighting brush. I'm just using the Wet n Wild unicorn highlighting brush. It's so cute. Look at that. So I like to pick up the product onto my brush, tap it off a little bit, and then same thing, stipple. Stipple, stipple, stipple. So your base is done. So next you can either do eyes or eyebrows. I'm gonna do my eyebrows, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them yet. So I'm going to do them off camera. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and go do one off camera, and then I'll be right back. Alright, hello. So this eye is done, lashed, everything, good to go. We're gonna do this eye. So I'm gonna bring in, whoop. Alright. Now that we are uncomfortably close with one another, and you can see everything wrong with my skin, we're gonna go ahead and take the Sugarpill palette, Pro palette. I'm gonna use these two shades, Velocity and I believe that's Kimchi. If not, it's Mochi. It's either Kimchi or Mochi. Alright. So to begin, I'm just going to take the Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush, which is just like, sorry, I'm just figuring out where I want to be. It's just a small blending brush. And I'm going to pick up that blue, tap off the excess. Oh shit, first things first, we need to prime the eye. Duh. So to do that, I'm gonna use the NYX Jumbo Pencil Crayon, Jumbo, whatever, in Milk. Just looks like this. And we're just gonna take that all over the lid. No shape really in particular, we're gonna blend it out, so. So now just taking a BH Cosmetics 25 brush, just looks like this. Really use whatever flat brush you have. And we are just going to blend that out. So what this base does is it creates a sticky surface for your shadow. So that way you really get pigmentation. If I was going to a convention and I was wearing something like this, what I would recommend doing is using an actual primer. Alright, so take that blue on that brush and stipple. Stipple, stipple, stipple to get a little higher. Then you can start blending. And when I blend, I make circular motions. And I'm just using the leftover product on my brush. Alright, so we're gonna have to start. I take the brush and I just sweep it back and forth in this area. I'm just picking up more product, placing it down, and then blending it. So pick up, place down, tap it off, and do the underneath. And there is your basic shape. Pretty easy, right? And I like to bring it up almost into the brow, just to help kind of create a nice gradient. Alright, so next we're picking up, same brush, we're picking up some of that darker blue Velocity shade. So because this one is a little bit more pigmented, be sure to tap your product and then same technique. First, stipple, then swipe. And don't bring it all the way up, we're just gonna pull it through the crease and a little bit above the crease. In a kind of halo shape, as you can see from the other eye. So I place down my product first on either side. Really pack it in. Same blush. Bring it to the middle. Now don't worry about getting it on the lid. Cut that shit out. And then using just a little bit of a fluffier brush. This one's just the Wet n Wild. Just a fluffy brush. No product on it, just whatever's from left over on the lid from blending, and I just bring it up. Alright, so when you finally have your kind of desired darker blue built up on the inside, you can absolutely take it on the bottom lash line. To do that, I take this little brush. It came in an Urban Cosmetics, or Urban Decay, I'm sorry, Urban Decay palette with the Christine Leanne whatever one. Anyways, it's just this any little itty bitty brush works. Pick up that blue and just run. So the next step is to take a concealer. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape in Light Sand, or I'm sorry, Fair Neutral. It's gonna be Fair Neutral, if this will, yeah. I put that on my palette, and I prefer to use palettes rather than my hands because I wear jackets and I will forget product is on my brush and I'll get it fucking everywhere. So, Next, I am just taking a flat brush, and this is just from an Urban Decay palette, just the flat side. You don't need it too precise, and I just pack the product onto that brush so it looks like this. See how it thins it out? Pack it on there, pack it on there. Alright, and then I look down, placing the product. You can look up and then see where that line is. That's where you want your crease to go. And I will actually blend it a little bit above that. Don't worry if it looks rough. That's fine. I am taking a shadow from this Lamar Cosmetics, and I am gonna take the shade Celia, right there. And then I am just taking a Real Techniques, name is rubbed off. Looks like this. It's like a kind of a dome, fluffy brush. And I'm going to pick up and pack that product into that brush. And then I'm just going to overlay it on top of that concealer. Look down, place. And you want to do patting motions rather than swiping to really get that pigment payoff. This is a SM G27 brush. It just looks like this. Just, you know, good for packing. Taking more of that color Velocity and really saturate that brush. Tap off the excess and then bring it and blend it in with that color. Fluffy brush from before. Top. Looks good. Cool. My eyebrows look horrible. I'm growing in my eyebrows, so they just a dot of blue there in the corner. Take my handy dandy tweezers. And I just got these stars off on Amazon, I believe. Be very careful because I don't think they are eye safe, but we are only putting them in our inner corner. You can peel them off before you wash your face so you don't stab yourself in the eye. Don't sue me if you lose an eye. And place your star down. Next, I'm just taking a kohl eyeliner. This is a crayon eyeliner. This is the eye and eyebrow pencil from NYX. And obviously it is old and upside down. Alright, so I'm just gonna line my top. Now I'm taking the Pro Artist Body Art Liner Waterproof. Just looks like this. It's from LA Splash. And I know this sounds crazy, but I'm going to line my waterline with it. And I don't actually know if this is safe for the eye, so if you lose an eye, it's not my fault. Next step are false lashes. So today I am using the iconic Lite from House of Lashes. Down, and bam, you got a lash. And I am just going to take that same duo glue, coat the band, with lash glue. give a pretty generous amount, but that's because I'm also really bad at putting eyelashes on. So, like that. Maybe we'll focus. There we go. Just put a thin line on the top lash. Lash gets kind of dry. I like to take it and just really move it and mold it. To hold my lashes in the center. We're not gonna focus, sorry. And then I like to look down to this and just kind of pick my placement and then pop on the lash. And then I pull each side on this tool. Make sure there is no glue on it. And then I just like to press the lashes together. I'm using the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. Looks like this. And I'm going to place on my bottom. When I wear false lashes, I just kind of like to dab. We are looking good. We're looking blue. Now taking just that same LA Splash liner, and I'm just gonna add dots. I like to make sure the brush is saturated on the tip. Come on, focus. Focus. And then go in and do my dotting. Let us troubleshoot these eyebrows. Alright, I'm gonna take them off really fast. I'll be right back. Alright, so I figured out what kind of brow I want. This one's looking a million times better. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing to the other side, and I am just using a Maron Paradise paint in Wild Orchid, which just kind of looks like this. And I just put a little bit of all-nighter onto it, and then now I'm just gonna do my eyebrows. Now we can move on to freckles. Do I want to do blue freckles? Let's do blue freckles. I'm feeling spontaneous. For my freckles, I use the Pro 6M from the Furless Cosmetics, and it's likely makeup. Mine is stained to shit. Maybe it'll focus. And I just dip in the color, and then, And voila, you have cool looking freckles. Stickers. Let's see stickers. We have these cool stickers from Hobby Lobby. Cool. So I'm just gonna peel them off and stick them on my face. While I was gone, I struggled to put on stickers. We've learned a lesson here. Don't struggle to put on shitty stickers, because I don't know. I don't think it really completes the look, whatever. I put on some liquid lipstick. I'm just wearing NYX's Liquid Suede in little denim dress. It just looks like this. I need a actual big size one because I definitely struggled to get that pigment onto my lips. Put on a hat, put on a wig. I might change the wig for the final photos. I don't know. You'll see in the picture if I keep it or not. Otherwise, that's gonna be it today. I hope you learned something helpful. I hope you learned something that's going to better your makeup and whatever you do, whether it be what I do, cosplay, everyday makeup. I plan on doing regular looks as well, just an everyday look, but for now I've just been having fun sitting down and creating and doing those, or these kind of looks. Otherwise, I think that's gonna be it. I hope you enjoy your weekend. While you are watching this on Friday, I'm getting my arm tattooed. It's gonna be great. I'm excited. And I will see you in Monday's video. Subscribe, hit the bell, give it a thumbs up if you liked it. I really appreciate all of those things. Leave some comments, let me know what you want to see, because I'll record anything. Just about anything. So you let me know what you want to see and I'll record it for you. Otherwise, I think that's going to be it. Oh, this eye was inspired by another artist on Instagram. Per usual, I will link everybody that inspires me in the description box. All products will be in the description box, even though I did talk about them in the video. So, yeah. Have a great weekend. Thanks for watching.